Hey, welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. In today's Building Spotlight video, we are going to talk about the Academy. We're going to look at the Skillbooks shop and all of the individual research trees, as well as the duty officer at the end. Now keep in mind that this is going to be a general outlook at the building itself, not necessarily an in-depth look at each of the research trees, which will be in future videos. But I will try to give an idea of some of the important research technologies inside of each of the trees as we go through. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Skillbooks shop. If you click on the Academy and you click on the button that's called Skillbooks shop, you'll see that you can purchase Skillbooks level 1, level 2, and level 3 inside of the Skillbook shop. I'm not sure if you can purchase level 4. I don't think so, but tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Skillbooks can be purchased for gems, so 3,000, 5,000. I'm not sure how much the 3s are. But the reason I'm not sure is because I don't use it, and I highly recommend you do not use the Skillbooks shop either. I have used it in the past. I did use it at the very beginning of the inception of this game to purchase the level 1s and so on that I needed. But then after a while, I realized it was a waste of gems and I should not be doing it. And so I recommend that you do not do it either. Instead, if you're looking for level 1 Skillbooks, the place to get it is really through here, through the Wheel of Fortune. You can just spin and spin and spin, and over time you will accumulate a massive collection of level 1 skill books, and you won't really have to worry about having the right one. It takes a little time to get that massive collection, but you're going to get so many coins to spin the Wheel of Fortune anyway that eventually you'll have way more than you need. See, here's one right here. All right. Now, if you're looking for level 2 or level 3 skill books, my question is why? You don't need those. If you don't know how to apply skill books, then take a look at the video that I have called Effective Skill Book Placement. And really all you want is a big collection of level 1 skill books, and you want to accumulate level 4 skill books that are useful to you. And you would get those, the level 4 ones, through skill book pages. And the skill book pages will, I don't think I have any, but the skill book pages will combine and get you these little chests. I don't even know if I have any of those either. Probably should have checked before I started scrolling randomly. But after you combine them and you open up a bunch of chests, you will accumulate a pretty good amount of the skill book chests for level 4 too. Here, I can take a look in here. Special probably. All right, so you can see my massive collection of level 1 skill books. I'll never run out. And this is after I had been vendoring a bunch of them. So they're not needed. And then tons of level 4s too. And I have no generals to put those on. So don't worry, don't fret about them. You will get the skill books that you need if you're just a little patient. Don't bother buying them here. It's just a waste of gems. You have better places to spend gems on. All right. Now we can talk about the major purpose of the Academy, and that's to do research. So let's start off with the advancement tree. For most players, I would argue that the advancement tree is absolutely the most important tree to focus on for a very, very long period of time. It has a focus on the economy and on growth. So you'll see things like gathering speed, production bonuses, troop load, construction speed, and research speed. And remember, I'm not necessarily going to go through and talk about each tree in greater detail. I'll save that for future videos where I discuss research and what you should be focusing on. But it is very important to have a focus on the advancement tree, absolutely, especially as a growing player. The next tree is the defense tree, and unsurprisingly by the name, the focus of the research tree called defense is defense. You'll see things like defending troop, attack, defense, and HP. So that means that when you are defending, you will have these bonuses applied to your troops. You'll also see things like hospital improvements. Let's see if I can find one here. There, medical power increases hospital capacity. So those are some noteworthy research things inside of here. What else? We move on to the military tree. Now, military tree is for people that have already maximized their growth and their production. This is probably where you're going to be focusing most of your research time. It has a focus on the military. So troop attack, defense, HP, and when I say those, it's for defense or offense. It doesn't matter. If it just says increases single ground troop attack, it applies in every direction. You'll also find march slots, like formation here. There's one, a march slot, so that gives you an extra march. Very important to unlock all your march slots. There's another one down here. Super advanced dispatch is another march slot you can unlock. There's research for march speed, monster march speed to just make it faster to move across the map. You have research for march size to increase your march size. And there are also some research for improving your troops when you are attacking. So this is not the same as the one I showed you above, which is all across the board. Defense, offense, doesn't matter. This one is purely offense. So when your troops are attacking, these buffs will apply to them. All right, the next tab we're going to look at is the medical aid tab. The medical aid tab has a focus on healing your troops and being a little more efficient with recovery of troops. So you'll see things like hospital improvements. You will see healing speed to make it so that it's faster to heal the troops that have been wounded. Death turning wounded is like here. So anything called rescue is death turning wounded. That means if a troop would have died, there is a small percentage of them that will instead become wounded instead of dead. So you can then heal them in the hospital. There are also some research called, where are they? Did I skip it? Revival. And that affects your death turning revival rate. So, oh, I've got my head chopped off, and then magically my head is back on and I'm good to fight again. That's kind of what it's all about. So somebody that would have been dead is instead completely okay magically. That's what that percentage does affect. There are some source of light improvements too, which are usually called like light of server war or super light of server war. I don't know. That kind of thing. It just makes it so that when you revive your troops using source of light in server war, it's a little more effective. And if you are a heavy participant in server war, that is effective for you. The next tab we're going to look at is the Alliance tab. And the Alliance tab has a focus on Alliance activities, things like the Alliance help time, and the amount of times you can receive help from your Alliance, which are very effective in the early stages of the game when buildings are not taking hundreds and hundreds of days. It does reduce the amount of speeds that you have to use. You can also improve the transportation capacity and so on of transporting resources to Alliance members. There are some in here called reinforcing something that improve the attack, defense, HP of troops, specific troop types when they are used as reinforcements. So when you are reinforcing other players, your troops get buffs. But unless they changed it, the reinforcing ground troop attack also includes the troops that you have at your own keep. So when you are defending against a player at your own keep, they are considered reinforcements of your own city, which is weird. But these bonuses do apply unless that has been changed, which I don't think it has. So that is very important for everybody. You can also improve the gathering speed and also get a gathering bonus of your resource tile for your alliance. So that big giant one that you collect from inside of your hive, you can get bonuses and better speed. You can also get gathering bonuses for relics and so on. Where's that? So increases the resource. I don't think these are very effective at all. Most of the resources and so on that you get from relics are actually from hammering those slates. You don't get a whole lot of bonus from here, so I wanted to test it out. It did not work out very well, so I wouldn't recommend maxing that like I did. You can increase the rallying capacity and the reinforcement capacity of your troops. So this is, for example, the capacity within your embassy, how many troops you can take into your city. And this one is for your war hall to accept more troops into rallies. Those are eventually important. The next tab we're going to look at is the subordinate city tab, which has a focus on improving your subordinate cities. A lot of this is going to be just left behind in the dust because it's not important. The gold production of subordinate cities is pretty laughable, so don't even bother with that. You could, if you want, increase the construction speed of your subordinate city. I did not bother. All these ones that are training and survival and so on only affect the troops within your subordinate city, so they're not super effective or anything. But what is really effective in this tab are the ones called in-city attack, in-city HP, in-city defense. These ones make it so that a percentage, how can I say this? You get a percentage bonus for every subordinate city that you own. So let's say you own 7 subordinate cities. If you have this in-city attack maxed, then you are getting 3% extra attack when you are defending in your main city. So I said you have 7, so that means you are getting 21% additional attack bonus to all of your troops when you are defending. And that's just from that one. You also have an increase in HP in defense, and you can further upgrade this later on down here with advanced in-city HP, defense, and in-city attack. And lastly, a brand new one, super in-city attack, so you can further increase another 21% the attack when you were defending. So those are really useful. The next tab we're going to look at is the recovery tab. And the recovery tab has a focus on the Holy Palace and improving the recovery of your troops there. So you'll see things like the horn production rate, the capacity of the Holy Palace being improved, the capacity of horn storage being improved. So it just makes it so you can get those wounded, well, they're not wounded, they're deserters. You can get those troops back faster and more effectively. The troop soul rate are kind of useful here. So if you do have a lot of troops that would otherwise have been dead, they might turn into troop souls, and then you can get them back eventually there. And it also reduces the cost of returning some of those troops, which is not as important, but not terrible to have either. The last tab that we're going to look at is the Military Advanced tab. The Military Advanced tab has a very similar focus on military as the Military tab. So you see things like improving the troop HP, defense, and attack of your troops, improving the march speed and the march size, the reinforcement capacity, the rallying capacity. But uniquely, unlike any other tab, there's also a few sections where you can actually reduce the quality of your opponent's troops. And this works offensively or defensively when you're being attacked or when you're attacking. It will reduce their attack, HP, defense, and so on if you do max these out. Very useful to debuff your enemy. You can also improve your training capacity and the speed of training of your troops. And probably most importantly in here is the one called, I think it's Legion Expansion. I'll find it. Where are you? Legion Expansion, yes. This is the 6th and final March slot that is available to us. So I think you need keep 35 to get this, but it is useful to get when you can. All right. to finish up this video, I will mention that you can put a duty officer on the building as well. And the last time that I made these building spotlight videos, there were only 4 levels. There was junior, medium, senior, and special. And now they've gone ahead and added a super academy officer, and that's to accommodate the growth of generals from Keep 35 to 40. So a lot of people won't get to the super academy level. The special is great if you can get there. But each of these duty officer ranks have different benefits based on their rank. You just have to make sure you are able to accomplish the requirements within the general that you're putting on. So if you want a special academy, for example, you'd have to have a general that has politics that are 1250, leadership 1200, and that does not include your dragon. And you'd have to have a power of 3.1 million or above to unlock this research speed. Now keep in mind that as soon as you do that, you could remove all the gear, the dragon, whatever you want from the general, leave them naked on there, and they will still have the benefit applied permanently. So that is something to keep in mind as well. All right, that is it for this video. I do want to say a special thank you to the channel members that are supporting the Miser's Guide to Evony, even the subscribers and everybody. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you do want to become a member and you want to get the membership perks, then you can click the join button on the channel and follow the link to the video description. All right, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.